Uh,
Hey,
oh,
don't worry
what?
about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's unavoidable. Hey,
Uh,
how's it going?
hello,
We're
everybody.
here.
It is time for another fight night.
Yeah, you all excited for fight?
Eddie is excited for fight night. He brought the rope. He brought the rope.
Yeah, this is the first fight night without Mr. Jack Feet.
Mm,
Feels bad, man.
People's champion.
Yeah, he's not even
His
here.
presence will be
Not even
missed.
in the building.
Yep.
He's been headlining every fight night till now, but
Yeah.
no longer.
Yeah, and a slight preview of the main event. An old-timey favorite deck of ours is taking a shot at the title there.
Christensen was probably our original Boogeyman deck,
Yeah,
right?
it was one of the scarier decks. Before we completed the original Tournament of Champions, just our initial playthrough, I felt like Christensen was the best deck that we owned. Just in the sheer amount of Amber control. Now, as we played, it's become apparent that Christensen is not. It's a step below. It is a good gatekeeper deck, and I think it does have amazing matches. The games that it wins, it just feels so dominant. It is draw dependent, right? I think that is a mark in Light Tasker's favor, where Light Tasker has very few draws that feel bad.
If you look at when we look at the tail of the tape later, you'll see that Christensen actually has a -1F.
Yeah.
So that's not great.
Yeah. So
thank you for that tier 1.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Farquaad.
Much appreciated.
So yeah, I do. And Light Tasker is a very efficient deck, and you turn your hand into what you want it to be as you play Light Tasker.
You turn your deck into what you want it to be.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
Christensen, you have to play with the cards that you're dealt, and you want them to be drawn in a relatively static order. If you could like pick the order in which you drew your cards in Christensen, I feel like it would win 90% of the games you played it, but you can't do that. So there are a lot of draws with Christensen that just feel clunky. So we can talk more about that matchup before the main event. Before that, we do have 3 other exciting matches picked by you, the fans.
We'll go ahead and go to the first one.
Let's go to the first one.
All right, so I'm going to bring it down to...
Yeah, we're going ringside.
Ring announcer. Roadrunner's back. Going to bring us into the first match.
Our first match tonight is a fan-inspired variant that we are calling Coach's Challenge. Before the fighters enter the ring, their respective coaches meet to review the proverbial tail of the tape. They are then told that the prize money will be awarded to the winning coach, not the fighter, and they are required to secretly choose their favorite. If they choose their own, we have a regular match.
Get no ring.
If they each choose the other fighter, we have a kind of reversal, but also angry and betrayed fighters. If they both choose the same fighter, then the bidding begins. Let's now go ringside to Nathan and Justin for the tail of the tape.
All right, so there you go. There you have it. We're going to bring in the intros for each deck real quick. First is Janin.
Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may remember the shock a little over a year ago when mandatory DNA testing revealed that some of our fighters contained genetic material from a race of sentient reptiles long thought completely extinct. A search for those who possessed many of the unique strength of these saurians found some who also combined technological features of Logos and Star Alliance. An example is here, weighing in at 74 SAS, Jonen Sanctuary Navigator.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
And now Rum Runner.
Our next combatant is a United States Marine Corps veteran, having served 2 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan.
Orphan Hall, huh?
He returns to the fighting ring tonight by the prospect of wrestling gators. Well, not exactly alligators, but actually saurians. Let's give a mighty Hoorah for M. Runrunner, Trader of the Orphan Hall.
Well, there you go.
All right.
There you have it.
All right, so let's take a look at the decks. This is best of one adaptive, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so similar amber, similar expected amber, much more creature control in Rum Runner.
Power's very similar too.
Janan is much more efficient, quite a bit more efficient.
Janan does have the stone, the Kixie stone, so there's that to think about.
So I don't think Rum Runner cares about the Kixel Stone necessarily because it's got triple life for a life, right?
Yeah, these were booked by I think it was a combination of Patreon and Twitch. So I'm actually way ahead on undercard matches now, so I've just been shuffling them up a little bit and then adding them to the queues for future fight nights.
Yeah.
So any one fight night now will be like a mixture of several different sources.
Rum Runner does have Hypnotic Command, so Kixel Stone is kind of a hedge against Hypnotic Command because you could only have so many Martians on the table, so the Hypnotic Command could only hurt so badly, right? 3 Dominators is pretty good, right? Like
That's just
throwing down the Dominators. They just they'll sit there, they'll just take up some space while you set up like a Hypnotic Command. So you've also got a Mars Needs Amber. You don't have like the darts, whistling darts to go with Mars Needs Amber. I kind of like that in Shadow's Mars decks, but 3 life for a life does a pretty good impression of that though. So Lights Out is good against Saurians. Tough choice here. I do think the efficiency from Run Runner could be absolutely a downside, though. Because I feel like you're going to be playing, you're going to draw 6, you're going to play 3 cards, and you're just going to kind of keep going like that, right? Whereas this deck, you've got an Eddie, you've got an Igor, you got a Memory Chip, you got Quantum Finger Traps, which are hilarious actually against Dominators, because the stuff you're trying to hide, you can actually move out of the way. Lay of the Land certainly adds to the efficiency, and Kirby also pretty good for efficiency. So, it's kind of a tough choice. And Roadrunner did bring up that this is a fan-made stipulation match. Justin and I have actually talked about adding extra stipulation matches. I think having one stipulation match a night is pretty cool and pretty fun. And it is also in the spirit of your pay-per-view fight event, right? So if anybody has ideas for stipulation, we're definitely open to them. Some ideas that we have floated is like a Kixel Stone match where there's just a Kixel Stone in play that can't be interacted with.
Just hanging out.
And then that's the stipulation for the match. Both players play as if there's a Kixel Stone.
Also, like Speedforge, chess clock with like 10 minutes on each of our sides.
Yeah, 10 minutes on each side, and we just have to play the match as fast as we can. I think
just to see what happens.
Just to see what happens. So Kelly's Unique, appreciate that sub.
Thank you.
And so
handicap matches, that's the thing they can have one forged key.
I like that too. I like that. Yeah. So another a variant we had considered was a Royal Rumble, and it would use the multiplayer rules, which are Keyforge in reverse, where you start with 3 forged keys, and instead of forging the keys to win, you unforge the keys. You spin the amber to unforge an opponent's key, and that would give you a way to have 2 decks fight, and then 1 still left in with an amount of keys, and you could have another deck come in after that.
It's like their lives.
Yeah, and it's kind of like their lives, and so that was something else we had talked about and had theory crafted. If that is stuff that people would be interested in, I definitely wanted to bring that up tonight. Because Keyforge is a wonderful game, and you can get you can get so many different experiences. Frant, thank you, appreciate that, Frant. You can get so many experiences just by opening decks and playing them in Archon, and then when you start adding other small little like shifts to the gameplay, you then take the infinite experiences and you multiply it by another infinity.
I like the idea of a speed sigil static. I like that. That'd be cool.
That'd be a good one. Yeah.
Because then you can have speed sigil matches where you're not having to play a Coda deck that's probably handicapped in a speed sigil match.
Speed sigil. And Worlds Collide decks get insane.
So I think that's legit.
That'd be cool.
Like that.
The first creature you play every turn comes into play.
15-week league with a different fan format each week. That is pretty
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, toss the list in Discord for sure.
Yeah.
So like anytime you're making an undercard match and you want to see like a certain stipulation, feel free to throw it out there. We might not accept every stipulation, and there might be reasons we don't want to do it, or it doesn't quite seem like it'll work for our stream, but I mean, open to all ideas for sure.
Yeah. One more thing I wanted to talk about. We had done some theory crafting on it, but we hadn't fully formed the idea. We think our stream could work for it, though. We just gotta put it together once we get it all like coalesced. Anybody who listened to the last Call of Discovery, the Richard Garfield episode, if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. It's always good when you get Garfield to talk about Keyforge, right? You're gonna hear interesting things about design and playtest, and he actually talked about how the key breaking was one of the versions in playtest, right? They played something very similar to the reverse. So he mentioned a multi-person league that's kind of like NASCAR, where you have like a pit crew and then the driver for the deck, and the pit crew like makes decisions for whatever the league format is. So I think it needs to be something that's relatively lengthy, so that way the pit crew can interpret and stuff like that, and like talk about like gameplay decisions. It's one of those things we were struggling with how to make it like stream appropriate, and because one of the ideas that we had talked about really early in concept was we stream each of our perspectives for a game, and then we can talk to the pit crew as the game is being played. So it'd be like me and my pit crew versus Justin and his pit crew. And we'd have like a league format where we're trying to win X number of games over a period of time. Once again, that's another idea that's kind of in the process.
And we have to like figure out how to...
We got to figure out logistically how it works.
Or if it can work.
If it can work, you know. It's just stuff that we wanted to throw out there. We had like that podcast really gave us like a burst of creativity, or burst of creative energy for the streaming. So this dog is sneezing.
I sneezed and the dog sneezed.
This dog is sneezing. You all right there? So, but we did want to throw all that stuff before we got too far into the game night tonight. Just that way, people can hop in our Discord, give us ideas on that. We'd love the feedback for it.
Fight Night just works really well. It's back to like the stipulation type matches for like exploring different ways to play Keyforge outside of our normal, because in our normal games, whether it's like a tournament or if it's in a tournament of champions, we want to play normal Keyforge games because that's how you determine what decks are better, and that's what we are here to do. But like at Fight Nights, we can have fun on undercard matches. Championship matches.
Championship
are not about
matches. Fun. Championship matches about blood.
Yep. All right. So let's bid on the decks.
Okay. This is one where I'm not 100% sold that it is clear which deck I want to play.
I also don't know that even if we both do choose the same one, if the change should be super high. So
yeah. All right. So I am going to make my decision now. Okay. We have both selected Janin.
Okay.
So for tonight, Janin was the deck that I brought, so I start the bidding at 0 chains based off the names.
Okay.
So 0 chains on Janin.
I will bid 1 chain.
I will go 2.
I'll go 3.
I will go 4.
I'll go 5.
I will go 6.
I'm really bad at adaptive. So if I feel like I should stop bidding, I probably shouldn't stop bidding. But at the same time, I got burned that one time because I went too high. I'm gonna let you have it for 6.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Jaden for 6 chains. I played like way more adaptive practice for the KFPL season 1 than Justin did.
I just kind of winged it.
Yeah. So you're watching Justin playtest adaptive bidding. A decent sass, you'd expect a decent amount of chains. What would I have gone to? I don't know if I would have gone much higher. The thing is, when you have a deck that's got high efficiency, you can just play with the chains that you're spotted, right? Because those will go away. Oh yeah. Yeah, you lose a chain off your starting hand. So I do think there is a decision point. So when Justin bid 5, I could bid 7 there. I jumped 2 because I feel like it's easier if you know you're going first or second. In this case, Justin and I don't know what we're going. I'm going 7. No. All right, so Justin is going first. So in an adaptive match, you know if you're going first or second. And so I feel like you can go to 7 chains for free if you're going first, because you're only going to get to play 1 card anyway, and you can mulligan, and that -2 cards for the hand isn't nearly as punitive as it is if you're going second, right? If you're going second, you're only going to have 4 cards in your hand, so you can only potentially play 4 cards.
So best one adaptive determine starting player before bidding. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know what the there is no tournament rules for it, right?
Right, because it's not official.
Because it's not an official one, so I don't know what the decision would be. I think it's better if you don't know.
I think it makes the bidding more interesting.
I think it makes the bidding more interesting because I think that the breakpoint between 6 and 7 and the breakpoint between 12 and 13 are more meaningful at that point. So we're playing the next KFPL. You have to qualify to get into it. I've not played any of the qualifiers. I have no plans to play in the qualifiers.
I think they're over now, maybe. I don't know. I haven't played any of them either.
And I'm not sure what the schedule is. They do have a Discord where they keep track of all of the qualifying events.
The side Crybear, did you ugluck it? Did you drop your qualification and then qualify again? I thought I remember reading that.
It's
if
pretty
so,
dope.
that's awesome. If not, then congrats Ugluck for doing that. Okay, great. Cool. Very well done. Legend. I know. Yesterday was the last qualifier. I have no interest in Triads, so skip them all. Yeah, Triads, not my favorite either.
I like Triad as a format, I think.
I like Triad. Triad's okay, but like the Seal Triad is what really put me off the format entirely.
Oh, Seal Triad.
I don't love. It's not Seal Triad. It's regular Triad. I just don't love best of 3 format. Keyforge, in that sense.
Yeah.
I was first.
Okay, so I have 6 chains. So I go to 5 cards. Have not looked at the hand yet. All right. Okay. I drop the chain. And why, this is a mulligan. So I gotta go to 4 cards now. Yeah, the KFPL for us ended up being a fairly large time commitment because we ended up streaming extra hours during the week on top of what we already stream.
So it was like we didn't have off days.
Yeah, so we ended up doing a lot more work for that than we initially thought.
And the streams could be 2 hours long.
Yeah,
because of the best of 3 games.
Yeah. So I was not like necessarily eager to get back into it. I'm glad it is continuing. So yeah, I hope they get the quality play they want.
Oh man, that midnight stream was rough. That was really rough.
Okay, all right, move that way. You can sit right there and chew. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you under the table, won't you? Right there's good.
I'm just so bad at TCO that I don't want to stream myself playing it anymore because it's just like I'm gonna make some dumb mistake every time.
My punt versus Z is particularly tilting. I rolled with it at the time, but it's one of those where it's like I had the game won. I just needed to take a little bit of time. In IRL, I do not make that mistake. I can almost guarantee you. I count my amber. I go very carefully. I make sure that it happens. So 4 spots up for grabs on February 13th. All right, there you go. So anybody watching, you got a chance to qualify right there. So, especially since I was playing a deck that was like 48 SAS, playing against Andres, which I think was like 70 something.
I think it's like 78.
Yeah,
it might be 80 now actually.
It could be. So I had the game won, deterministically won. I just had it to not make a mistake. So I even made a mistake, and I could be bailed out by luck with the mistake. So many leagues. Yeah, there's a lot of leagues going on. I mean, because I think people took a look at the landscape and are like, there's literally no organized play coming. If you want to play in Keyforge events, it is up to the community at this point, right?
And stashing. And I'm done.
Okay. I am going to say Star Alliance. I am going to play Molina. I am going to play Frayne. I will capture onto Molina. And I will play another Frayne. And it is your turn. I will drop a chain and draw 4 to 5.
All right, I'll
Keep
say
close track.
Sanctum. I'll Blinding Light, stun all your Star Alliance nerds.
Right,
I'll play Borden. I'll play Surmeros. I'll play Gatekeeper.
Oh, right.
Teams of 2 people for the tournament. Interesting. Star Alliance are dorks, not nerds. Sorry, apologies.
Keys forged, not wins as you score. Ah, I see. It is kind of weird, but it's interesting, I guess. I'd have to like sit down and like look at the format and give it more thought. I am going to play Tricerian Legionary, who is going to ward Molina, and then I am going to play Quester Jarda. And it is your turn. I will drop a chain and draw 2.
I'll say Sanctum. Play Orothias. Play Take Hostages. I will. I mean, I just want to like reap a bunch. I could kill Brain. I would have traded one of my guys away. So I'll just reap 3 times.
Okay.
End up.
Alright, I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm going to discard the Kixelstone because I think it's to my disadvantage here. I am going to play Medic Ingram, who will ward herself. I will unstun all of these Star Alliance. And I will tell you, go ahead. I will drop a chain and draw 2.
Okay. Play Shadows. I'll play the Yancey Gang and a Lights Out. I'll bounce Quester Jarda. And I'll hit the ward on Molina. The check with 6.
Let's go to town. Go to town on that chew toy over there. Alright, I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm going to play Lay of the Land. I'm back in that order. I was down to 2 chains, correct? I bumped this. I believe it was 2. Was anybody paying attention?
I did
the classic cheat there where I hit the die. Which is why you use.
That's why you don't use dice.
That's why you don't use dice. I believe it was a 2 chains. Yeah, I think it was a 2. Okay, I'll put those back in that order and draw. Yeah. That night is not tonight. I am going to play Kirby, who is going to play a memory chip for me. Medic Ingram is going to reap. Rum Runner sounds like a noir character. Yeah, I agree.
Trader of the Orphan Hall is just the strangest.
That's going to ward Molina, and the amber she gets for reaping goes to Sir Marrows instead. I am going to have Molina fight Marrows.
Okay.
Lose the ward. Put 2 damage into him. I will reap with Frayne. This goes to Marrows. This goes to, actually, this Frayne is going to reap instead. And this is going to go to Ingram. Then this Frayne is going to fight Marrows. The goal there is to rearrange my battle line so that way Molina is hidden behind the Tricerian Legionary, which makes the Legionary very difficult to cleanly take off the table. Okay, and then I will drop a chain and draw 1.
Alright, I'll say Mars, pick up the archive, play the Dominator, play Collector Worm, play Sky Booster, play Mothership Support, and I'm gonna Hypnotic Command.
Really worried about that.
Do that.
I was trying to move a little slow there.
You don't. Is there an axiom in there? I should ask before I do this.
There is no axiom.
Okay, then I'm fine. I think. All right, your turn.
Okay.
Check with 6 again.
Hazardous 4 makes it difficult to attack into Rothias. Alright, so I am going to take Frayne and crash Frayne into the Gatekeeper. I am going to take Molina and crash Molina into the Dominator. Kirby. I want to use Kirby, but Kirby's going to crash into the Dominator. And I am going to red alert. So everything takes 5.
Dead. Not dead. Dead. Not dead.
And then Ingram is going to reap or the Tricerian Legionary. And it's your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw.
Forge. Alright, I will I'll say Mars. I'll put a red planet ray gun on this worm. I will play Mars needs Amber. And the worm will reap, and I'll shoot the ward off Ingram.
Okay.
Done. I'm done.
Alright, I am going to say Logos and I'll archive a card. I'm going to play Quantum Finger Trap. I am going to play Igor. I guess I'll put this into my hand. Discard Zap and Positron Bolt, both cards I would prefer to have. I am going to play Eddie and archive a card. And then I'm going to play Mimic Gel and duplicate the Eddie.
Alright. You don't have anything to archive?
I don't have anything to archive at that point, but I will draw 6, and it's your turn.
Okay, I will play Shadows. I'll play Gamgee Umbra. Play Life for a Life. And then blow up an Eddie. Get an Amber. I'll play a Life for a Life. Blow up the Mimic Gel. And I'm done. I will eat.
Okay, I am going to say sorry, and I'll put my archives into my. I am. I am going to play these Questor Jardas.
Yeah. Okay.
And I am going to play Odoak. He's going to capture one. I'm going to play a Legatus Raptor.
It's a lot of stuff.
I am going to tribute onto the Tricerian Legionary. And I am not going to exalt. I'll put a Calipigian ideal onto Odoak. Now, you may ask, why don't I tribute onto Odoak and then Calipigian? It's because if Justin has the other Life for a Life, he kills the Odoak for free and he gets all the Amber back. Why not do it on the Tricerian Legionary's Warden? Because Collector Worm deals with the Tricerian Legionary on board cleanly. Collector Worm attacks, does 2, gets rid of the ward, then uses its ability and throws it away. So, I have to kind of split the difference there. I really wish I could just dump all of the tribute onto the one Calipigian, but if I do that, I think I lose the game. So, I definitely lose the game. Alright, well, Tricerian Legionary's left, so Tricerian Legionary's just going to reap. I do legally have to say that I have check here because of the Calipigian. And it is your turn. I will draw.
Okay, I'll say Sanctum. I'll play Cermeros, Borden. I'm going to Harder They Come to Purge, Odoak.
Okay.
And then Rothias will... And I think Rothias is just going to reap. Be scared of a pile of dinos. But it is what it is. Your turn.
Alright.
Check with 8.
I will say Saurian. I'm going to play Grim Locust Ducks. I am going to Scootum this Tricerian Legionary before I get into trouble with I am going to this deck have no TMTP. Do you have a Cermeros? Cermeros is pissing me off. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I will tell you that much. All right. Okay. Well, the only play then is for Tricerian Legionary to attack Rothias. So the Hazardous takes care of the ward, and then Tricerian Legionary kills Rothias. He's got 4 armor, so he doesn't take any damage there.
Has he got 3 armor?
He's got 3 armor. He takes 1. Legatus Raptor is going to fight Borden, I guess. And I will exalt to ready Grim Locust to crush Cermeros. And then, forgive me, Master, I must go all out. I'm going to reap with Questor Jarda. I will exalt to gain 1. I'm gonna reap with Questor Jarda. I will exalt to gain 1. I'll reap with Questor Jarda. I will exalt to gain 1. I will say check with 11. And it is your turn. You will forge. I will draw 2.
Alright. I'll say Mars. I'll play a Mother Gun. I'll play a Dominator. Play a Dominator. I'll play a Xanthix Harvester. Collector Worm. I think we will just reap and then blast a Jarda. Blast that Jarda.
Sure.
It doesn't really matter.
Your turn. I will forge for 6. I think I have to say Saurians here. Yeah, have to say Saurians. Gonna play Paraguardian. Can't leave any of these Martians alive. Grimlockus is gonna fight Xylex Dominator. Yeah, that one. And take a lot.
Bang. He takes 7.
7. Okay. 7. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Goddess Raptor can fight Collector Worm. Tricerian Legionary fight. Tricerian Legionary could fight Xanthix Harvester first. Okay, I like that. Tricerian Legionary is going to fight the Xanthix Harvester. Actually, if I don't have to fight the Xanthix Harvester if I get it next to Borden. You can't use it. So, okay. Questor Jarda is going to reap. I guess. Oh, you can life for a life now. Just draw an answer. I guess. Yeah, you can life for life whoever you want. I lose.
Don't live in fear, Nathan.
I'm gonna reap with Questor Jarda. I will exalt and gain 1. Well, Goddess Raptor. Tricerian Legionary is gonna reap. Legatus Raptor is going to fight Collector Worm, take 1. I will exalt to have Tricerian Legionary fight the Collector Worm, kill it. It's your turn. I will draw 1, and it is.
Okay, I'll say Sanctum. I'll play a Radiant Truth to stun each enemy creature not on a flank.
Yikes.
I'll play Begone to gain 1.
That don't have any disc creatures.
Yep. I will Healing Blast to fully heal the Grimlockus and gain 2. Borden.
What are you doing?
Borden.
We're working here, dog. We're working here. We played ropey tuggy earlier. You chewed on the thing earlier. You're in your bed right now. What do you have to growl about?
Also check with 10.
Okay, so I will forge. I have a Cutthroat Research.
That's something.
And then I lose. I can't do anything else.
We did it.
But yeah. I feel like that game got pretty close there.
Yeah, it was definitely close to getting away for me.
Hypnotic Command was bad.
Yeah.
Way bad. I still don't know if discarding Kixelstone was the right move. It feels like it was the right move. So the thing was,
I mean, you were like getting there because you could play some Aesarians.
Well, the thing was, I discarded the Kixelstone, and then you took the Hypnotic Command turn.
Yeah.
And you could not have played any of that stuff without it.
Yeah,
so
true.
I think my board at the time was a bunch of Star Alliance and like 1 or 2 Saurians. But yeah.
You want a treat?
We're rewarding this behavior here. I don't know if there was ever going to be a chance for me to tribute with Calipigian that game. I feel like that would have won the game if I could have lined that up, but you already had clean answer on the board.
Yeah, I had the purge in hand, so like if you had loaded it all up on one thing, then I just purge and get it all back. So
you would need it. You would need a way if it was on the warded Tricerian.
Well, I had Ruthias on the board, and you didn't kill him that turn.
Okay,
so
yeah.
That's
what I thought. That's why I thought you, because you had a board. I was
two
like,
treats. Did I miss a treat?
I cannot believe
it is 2 treats. Okay,
I cannot believe this. Look at this dog. Look at this spoiled dog.
I turned off the camera.
No, the camera's still on. I turned off the camera. That's a JK. That's a JK, everybody. I know you're really here for the Eddie content.
I did. You're welcome. I did discount Eddie treats. As you can see, they're now 4,000. I also discounted championship match to 14,000.
We're keeping up with market demands.
So there had been a lot of championship match redemptions.
Those of you who sold championship match, those of you who shorted championship matches last week are coming out ahead right now.
You're doing great.
You're doing great. You're looking pretty good. You made a 6,000 bone return on your investment there. Those of you who were hoping to invest in them last week, you're behind. It's looking pretty bad. So
we got match 2.
Oh man, this match is going to take.
It might take a million years. Let's bring it down to Roadrunner to bring us into it.
Our second match tonight is a kind of recreation of the medieval battle of Legnica. On April 9th, 1241, a coalition of armored knights, the flower of Christendom, faced a Mongol horde on a field in Poland in a desperate effort to defend their homeland. Want to know how it turned out? Well, the Knights' charismatic leader has been forever immortalized as Henry the Pious, not Henry the Victorious.
All right. History lesson.
Sweet. Good. Keep continuing with Tabletop Royale's mission and dedication to education.
Okay. Temujin's intro.
In this corner, we have a fighter who has the same given name as the legendary Genghis Khan, and it means something like Iron Man. Known for his relentless hordes of action cards with amber pips, it can sometimes seem that he wreaks havoc by materializing out of nowhere, presenting Temujin Hospitable Haunt Gauntlet.
A lot of history lessons here. Pretty cool. And Helmallin.
In the other corner, brimming with confidence after his mauling of Aya, the deck with 2 gigantic creatures, this fighter again enters the ring with the steely resolve of knowing that his heart is pure and his cause is just. While training and fighting, he keeps repeating to himself the Crusader motto, Deus vult, that is, God wills it. Welcome, Helmallin, the director of the oppressed.
All right.
Pretty cool. Thank you, Roadrunner. Those are great, as always. So I'm on Temujin. Looking at this here breakdown. Let's see. Pretty comparable. I mean, Temujin edges out in like all these categories except for that power, obviously, because that's Helmallin's specialty. 0.5F was not great. 2.25F is also, that's like the basically the same.
They're both glacial.
You might as well have the same, right? Like that's just like
145 power is just a bejesus load
of
power.
That might be our highest P that we have.
That's
a lot of P.
That's a lot of P. There's P all over this table right now.
It's a lot of P, but Temujin has a little bit of C. To counteract the P.
Yeah. So
we'll see what happens.
So, there you go.
Okay.
Alright,
Can we be saying that? I guess we'll find out if we get banned. 18 actions. Thank you, Smifton. Prime, 17 months. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it.
Nearly 2 human babies.
17 months.
Heck yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
3 times the P.
Yeah, Temujin is pretty action heavy. Yeah. People shake. Has too much to protect. That's something, right? You can't avoid but having to play around it. And a bait and switch. Not that that's a good card anymore.
And it does have the loot the bodies.
It does have loot the bodies. It doesn't have Coward's End.
Okay. But it can loot the bodies.
The Brobnar is just very aggressive.
So I mean that is one big thing is that there's a lot of bodies to loot in Hellmaul.
It gets a lot of work out of yeah, it does have Life Ward and potentially Life Ward Gateway, which would be killer against Hellmaul.
It's like blanking 2 turns.
That's bad, right? Just any Life Ward turn is really good against it.
Hellmaul does have Mark of Dis, which I think you could use to force through a key when you would normally get hit with a TMTP.
Yeah,
right. That's a good use. You put them in a Brobnar. Do you burn the stockpile? I don't think so, right?
No.
Yeah. So you could use Mark of Dis to put them in a Brobnar.
It does have Limmer Flame Fist, but
yeah, that's fine. I mean, like the TMTP number, like if you're at the number where you're gonna lose the game to TMTP, Limmer Flame Fist is a small price to pay. I think at that point.
Yeah. The one thing is, Temujin gets a lot of value out of Loot the Bodies and Earthshaker, and I don't think Earthshaker does anything.
It kills Citizen Strixes.
Yeah, okay, that's like it though.
You've got an Imp Spectre, which you may not even want to kill necessarily, and Grey Rider.
Okay. So it could do a little bit, but
it's got like
not
4.
Yeah.
They got like 4 creatures, which is not awesome. The Bulwarks. Oh man, forget about the Bulwarks.
They're so
you're just smashing into battle with them. So
that deck is the definition of like just dropping a bunch of knights and going to town.
Yeah,
all day.
When the Bulwarks get into formation, it's hard.
It can strategically purge a bad penny. That's true.
Yeah,
there are 2 bad pennies in Temujin, unfortunately.
And you want to get rid of
downsides. This is a deck I was looking to play maybe at Gen Con, and I might have done better had I played this deck honestly. But the 2 bad pennies really put me off playing it.
Yeah. I think the disciplined call is to ignore them and play.
Yeah.
The bad pennies.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I can see Grim Reminder being really good too.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
Like we're in like a grindy match, and then Grim Reminder hits and brings back the Palisarians.
We'll see. Here we go.
11.
You're first.
7 cards.
Ooh. Well, I probably pitched this.
Yeah.
So like, it's got both too much to protect. And Gateway.
Yeah, I
might need Gateway.
You would keep Gateway in the starter, but you don't want to keep both TMTPs in the starter. So.
How would Hellmaul do against Lighthouser Chris? That's a great idea. I mean, that's a great question.
Yeah,
if someone wants to redeem that, I would be interested to see it.
Hellmaul has been pitched as a deck to put up against Light Tasker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That would be a legit matchup.
I mean, I think if you can arrange a board that pushes Light Tasker off the table every turn, which I think Hellmaul can do.
Yeah.
Mark of Dis is really good against Light Tasker as well. If you use Mark of Dis, put them back into Logos and kill a bunch of creatures at the same time, Light Tasker generally does not like that.
All right.
Okay, well, this is just worse. I guess I start with Dis, and I play a Cinder, and the reason to do that is because it is not an easy creature to take off. I will draw one. Good.
Okay, I'll say Robnar. This is awful. Play Ganger Chieftain and Tremor or Cinder.
Wow.
Yeah, this is very awkward. So I'm remembering that this deck can definitely have super, super awkward situations, but it claws out of them.
Yeah,
because of the quality.
Because of the swing of the card. Yeah. Okay, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Techno Knight and Lord Golgotha with the damage pip. I'll throw the damage pip into Gain Your Chieftain, and then I will play Ardent Hero. And I will draw 3. Excuse me. I will draw. Yeah, good.
I'll play this. I'll go ahead and Gateway.
Alright, well, it's all dead.
All the Gateway ends good. I will Creeping Oblivion. I'm going to purge the Golgotha and the Techno Knight. Play Tret. I'll play Tendrils of Pain, then Tret. Your turn.
Alright, I will say Saurian. I'm gonna play Citizen Strix, Cornison Octavia, and a Citizen Strix. And straight up steal.
Okay.
And it is your turn. I will draw.
Finish the Team Swindle's 275 sacks max tournament hyper Keyforge future sets. Heck yeah, man. Very exciting stuff.
Team Swindle. I saw that on Twitter. I was in a Path of Exile hole where I would try to pay more attention to that because it looked kind of like a neat format.
Bait and switch. Steal 1, play Urchin, steal 1, and discard Bad Penny. Your turn.
I am going to say Saurians. I'm going to put a Siren Horn on Cornison Octavia. Actually, I should put this Siren Horn on this Strix. I think I like that better in this situation. I can have Strix fight this Urchin and dump that there. Which lets me offload some of this Amber. This Strix will reap. Other way. It all ends up the same. This would have gone there, that would have gone there, but it's where it's supposed to be. And Cornison Octavia. Did I just fight the Urchin off the table? Did this deck have a rise? Is that what? Yeah. Okay. So maybe I just leave the Urchin there. And the Cornison fights the Charette. So that way you don't have a clean fight into the Strix. Or I just reap and generate ammo. All of these are valid choices. I will reap with Cornison Octavia. Alright, and it is your turn. I will draw one.
Alright, I'll say Shadows. I'm going to Nerve Blast. I'll steal 1, I'll do 2 to the Cornison. And then I will Finishing Blow, kill the Cornison, and steal 1. And Urchin, reap. And I'm done. Now the other Strix didn't reap, it fought. And he got the one for the one that did reap. Or did you just reap and then put one on him and steal 1 and not get one for reaping?
I had 2 Amber at the end of this turn, or 3 Amber at the end of this turn?
You had 3.
I got one for playing the Siren.
I don't think you gained one for the reap.
I got one for playing the Siren Horn, and then I reaped and stole. So I actually should have an extra Amber.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah. One more for Strix reap. Yes. This reap, I forgot. Yes. Yeah.
Your 2 is he's like wheeling and dealing with Amber, trying to trick me.
Playing it fast and loose here. Okay. I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Commandeer. I am going to play Bulwark, capture onto the Strix. I am going to play Grey Rider. I will capture onto Bulwark. And then this Strix is going to fight the Urchin. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
I'll say Barabnar. Play Loot the Bodies. Play Earthshaker.
Okay. So you get 3.
I get 3. I will punch to do 3 damage to Bulwark. And I'm done. with 9.
Okay. I am going to say this. I will play Sinestra and Snoret. I am going to Implosion Sinestra and get the Earthshaker. It's likely I'm supposed to get the Charette there because you haven't taken a disc turn in quite some time. But your Charette does not fight nearly as well as Earthshaker does. I am going to Stirring Grave and Archive. I guess Citizen Tricks. Then I'll Grim Reminder for Saurian, I guess. Go ahead and get the other 2. Snrat will capture 1. And I get a chain, so I'll drop the chain and draw 4 up to 5. Yeah, I'll say check with 7. It's your turn.
Forge. I'll say Brobnar. I'll play Lomir. I will play Follow the Leader, so friendly creatures can fight. And Charette will. I'll fight the Snurret before you start dumping Amber. I'm done.
Oh, right. I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Barrister Joya. I'm going to gain 1. I'll do a damage to Lomir. I'm going to play Bulwark, and then this Bulwark is going to fight Lomir and Assault 4. I'll say check with 6. I'm going to draw 3. Before you take a turn, I'm going to go to the...
Okay.
I will be right back. Ah! Eddie Cam time.
There you go. Glad you can. Whew. Okay. How are y'all doing tonight? Well? Yeah, y'all excited about GameStop stocks? No, Nathan, he doesn't care. Just doing Eddie stuff. Or give Eddie a treat? We can do that. I got bonus. I gave him bonus belly rubs too. Wow, pretty cool. The Dyson Sphere program. I saw that advertisement for that on Steam. What even is that? We'll see what happens Monday. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm kind of nervous about Monday. We'll see. See what happens. The Mushroom Man stock market open. We'll have to go public with Mushroom Man's. He's a very happy boy. No smooches. If somebody else wants to redeem an Eddie treat, he'll get a smooch as well on top of that one. Giving some marks from a history class. Ooh, nice, nice. 3D Factorio. Okay. Dyson Sphere about vacuum cleaners. That makes sense to me. I never played Factorio, but I did. I don't know, it didn't really appeal to me, but I know a lot of people really like it. It'll probably lead to some restrictions, our boy. This is not going to go unnoticed by regulators, but hopefully it'll regulate hedge funds as well. It's going to create some changes in the stock market for sure. Maybe not all for the best, especially for retail investors. I've learned more about the stock market in the last week than I had my whole life prior to that. Turns out, money isn't real. Who knew? Love the mechanics of Factorio like the Factory. This is a nice blend. Cool. I need to watch The Big Short. I actually have not seen The Big Short. It'd probably make me mad, right? Yeah. Jumpsuit was great around that time too. Zach Ryber, thank you for the 3-1. 7 months. Big Short won't make you mad. Okay, I'll watch it. Wait, it does make you mad. I'm getting two very conflicting things here. I feel like it'd probably make me mad. Yes, money's not real, but Twitch Prime subscriptions, that's real. That's all I'm saying. It's a good, well-made film. I've heard good things about it. Obviously, it's been brought up a lot this week. Mad is the wrong term. Outraged? Is that a good term? Vexed would make the you mad. Stock market is just rich people's game. Yeah, it's like if you have money, you just get free money out of it, essentially. That's what I've learned this week, and there's no shortage of dirty tactics to protect your incredible amounts of money if you have billions of dollars. And I think we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg of the dirty tactics that the hedge funds will pull to protect their multiple billions of dollars and keep it out of the hands of the poors, such as us. You can just say on any level, Forex using money to trade money to increase money. Yeah. Grandma has people who knew what they were doing. I'm not sure what to say. Yeah, no, 2008 was disgusting. Two sets of rules of laws for rich versus normal people. Yep, that's absolutely true. It's his pyramid scheme, 401ks and IRAs that was invested. Yeah, we just have to deal with the stock market because of how retirement works for the United States. At least we're like forced into it with 401ks, IRAs. It's like very questionable, right? Okay, back to Keyforge.
Back to Keyforge.
Because I've been talking about this all weekend.
Finance Pollock.
I'm already just mad.
Finance
about
podcast over.
I can't stop being.
You're on the verge of getting the very first Justin rant.
Yeah, I know. I've been ranting a lot this week. All right. I'm gonna say this. Play Life Forward. Gain an Amber. I'll play a Mind Barb.
Very solid investment cube. Yeah.
I'll Arise. Robnar? Yeah. It prices me into Brobnar next turn, but I think that's pretty fine. I'm done. Actually, I have a chain that'll just chill.
Alright, so I will forge.
You should definitely invest in TTR stocks. We'll make ourselves public. We'll release 100 million stocks, and I'll tell you what, we'll sell them for $1 a piece.
Yeah, I think
it's a steal.
You're getting in on the ground level.
Yeah.
The first wave of stock owners we're bringing in at the acolyte level. Okay,
That's a pyramid scheme.
If you bring every acolyte that brings in 2 more acolytes, we're gonna move up to the initiate level. I am going to play Sanctum. I'm going to play Champion Anafil. I am going to reap 3 times. This is Amber. I am generating for free with my creatures.
That's free real estate.
And go ahead. I will draw 2.
All right, I'll say Brobnar. I'll play Crump. I'll play Earthshaker. I'll play Lomir. I will play Ganger Chieftain. I'll fight a Bulwark. I'll make you lose 1. I will use Life Ward.
Yep.
I think any turn where I can use Life Ward is a turn that prices you into something. And I'm done.
Alright. I am going to say I'm going to discard the Imp Spectre as much as I want to play it here. I'm going to play 2 break keys. I think there was like a small chance that I could use those to win the game. A very small chance at this point. And then I am going to Gleeful Mayhem. I'm going to dump 5 damage into my very own... How much of the damage have I seen from you? Seen the finishing blow. Seeing the punch, seeing the tendrils. I don't think you have any more direct damage, right? You don't have the gateway. You play the gateway really early. So I'll punch my Barrister Joya, and the Gleeful Mayhem is going to dump its damage into the Ganger Chieftain. And I will draw 4 in turn.
Alright, I'll forge. I'll say Barabnar. I'm gonna fight the champion. I'm gonna fight the bulwark. Gonna play smash and stun the Barrister Joya. Fight the Barrister Joya. And place down the horns, which I think just mills me out right here. Gauntlet, too much protect, loot the bodies, toxin, Schuler, special delivery, poltergeist, bit demon, lash, bad penny, too much protect. And I am done. I'll shuffle and draw 3.
Okay, I am going.
They're ineffectual, so.
Yeah, I was done. I'm gonna put my archives in my hand and say Saurians. I am gonna play Amphora Captura. I am gonna play a Galeatops, who's gonna draw me a card. I am going to play Dreadbone Decimai. I'm gonna play Cornison Octavia. I am gonna.
Oh, Horns is a shuffle. You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna play Citizen Shrix. Steal one. I think I just pitched this other Citizen Shrix. It's kind of a liability, and I don't really want to just give you like a free fight to gain one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll play Therocenterion. And here come the dinosaurs. Alright, I will draw 4. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 6.
I'll say Shadows. I'll play Bait and Switch. I will Ghostly Hand. I will play Shadow Self and an Umbra. I'm done.
Okay. I am gonna say Saurian. I'm gonna play Forum of Giants. And I believe I have to just battle.
Do battle.
Therocenterion is going to fight Shadow Self. Capture 1. Dreadbone Decimus is going to fight Shadow Self. And I will Exalt to kill the Umbra. Citizen Shrix will Reap. Steal. Galeatops will fight Earthshaker. Octavia will fight Smash. And then Dreadbone Decimus will fight Luger. I will say check with 7. I will draw 1. It is your turn.
Alright, I'll say this. I'll play a Toxin and a Pit Demon and a Life Ward and a Mind Barb and Creeping Oblivion after that. Bear's turn. Alright, I'm gonna purge 2 things. What to purge? Purge a Shrix and a Bear Star, I guess. And I'm done.
Alright, I will forge. I am going to say sorry. And start of the turn, form of the giants gives me one. I am going to say Saurians. I am. I guess Strix is gonna reap. Redbone Decimus has to fight to use his ability. Yeah, Tops has to fight. Theros Centurions has to fight their abilities. Theros Centurion will fight Pit Demon. Ornison will reap. Redbone Decimus will reap. Galea Tops will fight Toxin. And you either have the board wipe or you don't. So I'll sit and I'll shuffle and draw. So check with 6.
Okay. I can finishing blow something and steal one, but former giants happens. So I had TMTP and special delivery, and then I had a bunch of Brobnar stuff that
doesn't
didn't quite
do
it.
Yeah.
So, too many
I had City State Interest. It was actually the last card in my deck. I accidentally tipped it earlier in the game.
I needed like Gateway Charette there, and I think I sealed the game, but
yeah, I think you had outs to close the game out. Yeah,
that was close though.
Yeah, it was a very good matchup. I'd say. I think it turns into an absolute grinder. I think that deck's actions give it a lot of play, but
the problem with Helmall is it just drops a board that you have to deal with every time you clear it. So.
Yeah.
And then I guess how many
times?
Reminder.
How many times did I have like 4+ usable creatures of the same house that game? It was a lot.
It was a whole lot. Helmall continuing to impress, I think.
The Arise actually gave me a bunch of information. I was able to plan like the next 2 turns.
Yeah, because you knew basically what I was locked into for a while. 9+ creature house, lots of power. Yeah, no, it does that. Does it pretty well. All right, for our final undercard matchup, we have OS Wesker Heel, the Convoluted Manor, versus the Paragon Stunts on the Anomaly. You may remember, OS Wesker Hill has the Anomaly in it.
No.
It has
Infomancer.
The Infomancer. I'm going to bring it down for Roadrunner.
Our third match is between decks that showed great promise in the tournaments of their respective sets, but because of poor draws, never fulfilled that promise. Each deck can show consistency with multiple copies of the same card, but each deck also relies heavily on internal synergies among cards that may never show up. Good luck picking your favorite. I rate this match as a complete toss-up.
All right. Okay. And the Whisker Heel intro?
In this corner, we have the deck that provided the Tabletop Royale debut of the Anomaly Infomancer, only to see it immediately erased by Coach Nathan on the very next turn. However, avid TTR fans will remember that this ignominious action ushered in what is known as the curse of the Infomancer, whereby Nathan lost 20, yes, I said 20 games in a row, presenting O.S. Whiskerhell of the Convoluted Manor.
And the Paragon.
In the other corner, we have a Paragon, which is a perfect or best example of a quality or phenomenon. This particular Paragon stunts things, that is, stops things from developing. What does it stunt? It stunts anomalies. And what is the calling card of its opponent tonight? The Anomaly Infomancer. Can Paragon exorcise once and for all the Infomancer's curse. Welcome the paragon that stunts on the anomaly.
All right.
All right. I have to play the.
You're on OS.
I'm on Wesker Hill.
Yeah.
Oh. Choose the form of your destruction.
The P versus the 19C on the Paragon. Look at that.
Wow.
That is a big C.
Yeah, it's all those.
You need a big C to deal with a big P. Let me tell you. That's very important.
We're working blue tonight, everybody. We're working blue tonight. Omega wall. That's definitely Omega wall worthy.
I particularly like this graphic just because of the color scheme, how it turned out.
Yeah, it's a pretty graphic.
Look at the Archon on OS. Looking pretty awesome.
Crazy. It looks like Brainiac.
Yeah.
So that's one of the best. It's one of the best parts about whenever a set comes out, when you get to see the new Archon art.
That's exciting.
You get to look at it.
It's one of my favorite things about Keyforge, honestly, is the Archon art, because it's an underappreciated aspect of it, I think. But you have to. I can't imagine the amount of work that goes into developing it, right?
Yeah. I don't know how many you have to make per set to cover each set, right? I don't know how many decks are printed per set, so. That was another thing to go back and listen to that Richard Garfield interview for. It's him talking about the algorithm, the Selene algorithm. It's pretty great. I love that the S stands for stochastic. Stochastic is a great SAT word for everybody. It's definitely worth
listening to, for sure. Great podcast. So, that being said, every episode of Call of Discovery is great. This one just has Richard Garfield on.
If you don't normally listen to Call of Discovery, definitely listen to this episode.
This is a hand.
I will shuffle.
Go to the bathroom while you do that.
Due for an Infomancer win. The curse. What was it full effect? I feel like when I finally broke the curse, then that was when it was like lifted. It always is a bad omen. The thing about Wesker Hell is that there's a lot of dangerous stuff on this deck, and there's a lot of good actions for Infomancer. So I mean, you can end up with like a Imperium on Infomancer, and that's like a medium value. Like you want to kill it right away because it's going to be very hard to take off the table. But you've got stuff like Evil Eye or Exhume on Infomancer. You can exhume the Infomancer, or you could put the Exhume on Infomancer to use. There's just it's just got crazy stuff. Just imagine using Infomancer to exhume during Saurian turns. It's just gross. So
the problem is you're like throwing the Exhume away, possibly, right?
Yeah, if you put it on Infomancer. Yeah. Down to 6. Well, I guess I have to keep. I am going first. I will play Hapsis. I'll draw one. Go ahead.
Untamed, I'll Lost in the Woods, the Hapsis. I'll discard Song of the Wild, I'll play a Troop Call. I'm done.
Okay, I am going to say Logos. I'll play Babbling Bibliophile and Sanitation Engineer.
Alright, I'm going to say Starlance. I'll play Armory Officer Nell, who draws 2 cards.
Yeah, this deck.
I will play Armory Officer Nell and do a damage to the Bibliophile. I will equip Armory Officer Nell with the Explorer Rover and draw 2 cards. I will Hadron Collision to do 3 damage to the Engineer. I'll play a Techno Alien to do another damage. I'll play a Sensor Chief Garcia. I'm done.
Alright, I am going to play Logos. I'm going to play Remote Access, and then I'm going to play Dr. Millie and Archive 4. It's your turn. 6.
Well, seems like a good time for Starlance. I'll Reap with Techno Alien.
Yeah.
Discard the Sniffle to draw a card. I will.
I have a feeling he didn't have all of the Starlance cards.
I had these. Actually, I had these 4.
Okay. I was going to say, I get a feeling he didn't have all of them in his hand to start with, and he just kept drawing into more.
My opening hand was these 3.
Yeah.
And then 3. So.
But when you're drawing that many
Draw 4
cards,
cards,
you're going to hit stuff, so.
I will put a Blast Shielding. This one. And draw 2. I Reap with Garcia. I'll Reap with Armory Officer. I'll go ahead and fight the Dr. Millie and equip. I'll fight the Dr. Millie off the board, and I'm done.
Alright. I am going to say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna play an Inspector. I'm gonna play an Inspector. Then I'm gonna exhume Dr. Millie. I could do that. I could exhume Dr. Millie first, and no, I could play an Inspector, exhume Dr. Millie to Archive 3, then play the other Inspector. So Inspector, exhume, gets the Dr. Millie, play the other Inspector. And it is your turn. I will draw 6. It's crazy how I have drawn 12 cards since Justin took his Starlight's turn. And it does not look like I am in this game.
Okay. I say Untamed. I'll play Fangtooth, which might bite me. I will play Lost in the Woods, shuffle, and then shuffle the Inspectors. And then I will play Growth Surge, Amber Draw, and then power counters here. And in turn, Fangtooth kills Millie. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Logos. I'm going to play 2 Hapsis. I'm going to remote access the Fangtooth.
I don't even know if it taps.
And then I'll information exchange to steal. And it is your turn. I will draw.
Play Dis. Play Maleficorn. I'll do 2 damage to Hapsis. Play Lyco Fiend, play Drekker, do 2 more damage. Play Waking Nightmare. Your turn. Fangtooth kills Lyco Fiend, and I steal 1.
Okay. I am going to say this. I am going to exhume Millie.
Dang Millie.
To archive 2.
Oh, that archive's pretty scary.
I am going to Infernus. Let's get that growth surge and this lost in the number of concerning actions in that deck. I'm gonna play Dendrix, and I'll play Evil Eye. And it is your turn. I will draw 6 for the 3rd time this game.
Alright, I'll say this. I will play Waking Nightmare. Play Reap with Drekker. Deal 1. I'll Mark of Dis the Dendrix. I'll fight Dendrix. I'll play Snurret. And end of turn. Dr. Millie kills. Snurret captures 1. Next up, player over here. And that's it.
Okay. I am. I have to say this.
Drekker would die if I did that. I'll just Reap with the Mouthcorn then,
Okay.
so you keep Dendrix on the table with 3 damage on.
Okay.
Or 2 damage on.
Okay. Alright. I will say this. I am gonna play Eterome and Imp Spectre. I am going to Draining Touch this gigantic Armory Officer now. I can't stop this key. I think Infernus is gonna fight Snurret, and the Dendrix will fight Maleficor, which will kill Drekker also. And it is your turn. I will draw. Forge.
I'll say Star Alliance. Play Kirby. I'll play Garcia. Play Techno Alien. I'll capture 1. I'll do a damage. Nell's gonna fight Apsis. And then Kirby plays Dark Fairy. Turn, I'll Fangtooth the Inspector. I guess I drop first. That's a good one.
That's
yeah.
a good hit.
That was a good hit.
Okay. I am going to say Saurians. I'm going to put my archives into my hand.
Oh, loud.
Okay. I am gonna play Legatus Raptor.
What was purged by the Inspector was the Implosion.
I'll play Theros Centurion. I am going to Chant of Hubris on Ruby. I am going to play Infomancer. Infomancer is going to get Twin Bolt Emission. Put Scudam on Legatus Raptor.
A draw card.
Yeah, that's fine. I am going to play Triumph. Unable to kill all of your creatures. I am going to play Imperium, warding the Infomancer, warding Legatus Raptor. Okay, I will say check with 7, and it is your turn.
Yeah.
I don't draw anything because I have 8 cards currently.
I'll say Star Alliance. I play Secure a Droid and draw a card. I'm dooming myself, but I'll Hadron Collision this.
Oh, remove the word and kill.
It perfectly stunned it on the anomaly, one might say.
That it did do.
Will reap with Techno Alien. I'm going to discard a card. Discard Gateway and draw. I'm going to reap with Nell. Reap with Kirby. Reap with Garcia. Kirby will play this Relentless Creeper. And that is my turn. On a turn, I'll kill Kirby. Play Forge for 8. Okay.
Nell is how big?
Nell's 7. But pretty close to dead. My philosophy is if you can tax that first key, you tax that first key. First time on stream, welcome. Glad you could join us.
Hey, appreciate that. You
I might go in 20. It's very possible.
Are you on? I don't want to. I won't say. Never mind.
Are you trying to dox people?
I'm not trying to dox people. I believe Karen B has a Twitter presence.
Okay. Correct
me if I'm wrong. I don't want to like point people after you on Twitter, but correct me if I'm wrong if you do or do not. So, I am going to say, Saurian.
They are the one from Twitter. There you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought. You ran the tournament today, right? I believe you put together the event today.
Queen of Swindle. Okay.
Yes. There you go.
Doxed.
Yeah.
Successfully doxed.
I am. Like, if you had left Infomancer alive, this turn would be, I think, backbreaking. This is like the turn I've been trying to build the whole game. I am. Okay, we've got it. All right. Theros Centurion is fighting Dark Fairy. And I'm going to capture one. It's very fun. That's good to hear. Looked like you had a solid turnout, so. All right. I am going to tribute onto Pharaoh Centurion. And I will spin the amber to steal that last one. And I am going to exile the Pharaoh Centurion to you. And Legatus Raptor is going to fight Armory Officer Nell. Move the ward. And then I'm going to exalt Legatus Raptor to use Edarum, who is going to reap. There are two everything on the table, so I'm going to select Pharaoh Centurion here.
He's dead.
And I will say check with 9, and it is your turn. I will draw 1.
I'm gonna say Starlance.
33, yeah, that's a good turnout. Fully endorse the event. Yo-Yo Milkworm.
I'm gonna Reap, Techno Alien. Discard a card. I'm just put this Pandemonium and draw. I will Disruption Field on Garcia. I will Reap with Garcia. The counter on the Disruption Field. I will put an Explorer over on Techno Alien. And end of turn, Fangtooth kills the Creeper.
Alright, my turn. I forge for 9.
We taxing.
Yeah. Not exactly my preferred payment. Okay, I am going to say this. We're gonna play an Inspector. I am going to discard Misery Exploit. I'm gonna Scullion and sack the Inspector to purge a card from your hand. And then, based on that information, I'll decide who to fight. I will likely Reap with Edarum to kill the Techno Alien. I think that card is blank. Alright, I'm gonna Reap with Edarum. I'm not threatening, so I think I can leave Garcia around. I'll kill the Techno Alien. Techno Alien is giving you like way too much advantage. So, this is the classic Star Alliance deck that has enough efficiency that it tricks you into thinking it's a Logos deck from Mass Mutations. I will draw 3, and it is your turn. Go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna play Untamed. Lost in the Woods, those two.
Yeah, had a feeling that was coming.
In this, but I'm gonna play Keyfrog and Fangtooth.
Oh, that's what I needed to hit the Keyfrog.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was out of amber right there. So when I drew all those cards earlier, I didn't see Strange Gizmo. I didn't see the Saurian shenanigans in this deck. Because I wanted to set up the Strange Gizmo into wiping your board into the Triumph. But all the Saurian stuff was trapped in the deck. So despite over 2 turns drawing 12 cards, I didn't hit enough Saurian stuff to take a big turn.
Yeah, it was a good game though. There's a lot of swings.
Yeah, the game was swingy.
Could have gone either way. Yeah.
I wanted to do the tribute stuff on the second key because that would give me so much more time.
Yeah. I was trying to set up that Keyfrog for many turns. many turns.
Justin won. All right, and now
it's time.
It's the main event.
We're here. Is everyone ready? Very exciting stuff. I'm gonna bring
Sit it down to ringside.
Yeah, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the main event. Last week, it came as no surprise when Light Tasker succeeded in wresting the belt from Mr. Jackfeet. However, when that bout went the full distance, 12 rounds in the modern game, some fans were dissatisfied in witnessing elaborate footwork and elegant trading of jabs on the part of both fighters, but a lack of the visceral but controlled violence that many spectators crave. Now, following a worldwide search, our promoters have found an opponent sure to provide for us a thrilling spectacle. I'm not gonna throw away my shot. I'm not gonna throw away my shot. They're gonna rise up. Gonna rise up. In this corner, we have a fighter who is no stranger to overcoming adversity. Born in war-torn Somalia, he was adopted by a family in Denmark and has been plying his trade in the tough European fight circuit. His critics call him flat-footed. Indeed, he is not the swiftest in the ring, but his body blows can be devastating. Also, never count him out. More than once, he has risen himself off the canvas to then retaliate and knock out his opponent, presenting Christensen of Kilpont Bluff.
Negative F, yeah. And our champion.
It's the kiss of death from Mr. Light Tasker. Pretty deck, beware he will steal your gold. His heart is cold. And now in the other corner,
They're good.
we have our consummate professional, a fighter with the conviction that the title belt is finally in its rightful place and the fervent desire to keep it there. Welcome your champion, Light Tasker Market Sheriff.
Let's get forging!
There you go.
All right, put your
Thank
hands
you.
together.
Please clap.
Everybody clap.
Thank you, Roadrunner.
It is the main event. Thank you, Roadrunner. Thank you again to Zach
Yep, thanks, Zach, for the last part.
for the last little bit right there.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff.
Justin will be playing Light Tasker for the duration of this event. We are not swapping decks. Light Tasker. All right, we are going to demonstrate the belt. We're going to show the belt off real quick.
You may inspect your belt, maybe perhaps for the last time. Light Tasker.
Okay.
And
Christensen's going
may
to take a look at the deck.
take a look.
Take a look at the belt. He's going to examine the belt. Okay. Christensen's ready.
Satisfied with the belt. This is a championship match. Best 2 out of 3 for the Tabletop Royale Championship.
All right, and we've got the bets up for game 1. Now, a bit of strategy about this matchup. So, the reason Christensen was chosen was because of the Annihilation Ritual. Somebody pointed out that they think that Annihilation Ritual would be pretty good against Light Tasker, because then it wouldn't be able to recur its creatures over and over. You get like the one chance to play it. Annihilation Ritual can't be dealt with by Light Tasker. It can be stolen with Snecklifter, but it's a symmetrical effect, so it won't go away. So I do think Annihilation Ritual is important in this matchup. I think if Christensen wants a chance to win, it's got to have the Annihilation Ritual. So I think you mulligan hard for it.
It's funny because that was one card in Christensen that you were like, I always discard this, no matter what.
When I originally started playing Christensen, Annihilation Ritual was a discard because it's got 2 copies of Arise. Now, I think you can... So one thing that you end up doing against Light Tasker early in a game, especially if Snag is on the table, is you end up discarding creatures from your hand so you don't get creature locked. So, discarding from your hand doesn't mean they get purged with Annihilation Ritual. You do get to... that gives you the option to Arise them later in the game. Now, I do think Arise is probably close to a dead card in this matchup. Like... 85% of the time. I think there are going to be corner cases where if Annihilation Ritual is not on the table, and Light Tasker has killed a number of creatures.
Get your bets in. Bet some Mushroom Mans.
Yeah,
Code Red's people shaking.
yeah. He's got a Gamba. So, this is one of those matchups I think is really hard to gauge how it's going to go. So,
You could value bet right now.
It does hurt losing all of these. There's so many
The same
artifacts.
sleeves. This is the Jets.
Yeah, I believe
It's
so.
the same.
Yeah. I think these Jets are about a year older than those Jets, or these Jets had like
Definitely.
a year of use before. So wait, you already? Oh, Adam's already in. Okay.
Strap in.
Could be
We're
a
going
long
for a ride.
Could be long. I don't know. You are first.
Petroleum and Ivory are both really nice. I like those a lot.
Yeah. Petrol.
I think
I used Ivory and Sky Blue for Legend of the Five Rings for my Crane deck because it just like felt right. So you're going first. I only have 6 cards in my hand. I think I can keep this hand.
I think this is mulligan.
I think I can keep this hand. Purple Dragon Shields.
Purples are nice.
We have we've used a wide variety of sleeves on this channel. So one set of Dragon Shield sleeves, which is strictly forbidden from being talked about, are the Dragon Shield non-glare matte sleeves. Justin flies into a rage at the very mention of those. So.
They disgust me. But regular purple and regular
Crimson's
purple
in
matte are great.
Crimson is
We don't know what decks they're on, player.
Yeah, there's no way for us to find out.
We don't have a
I'll find out.
we don't have a database of what sleeves are on what deck. Yeah, Crimson's nice too. Use Crimson for Marvel Champions decks, some of them, but like some are miscut, so I have like a natural dislike for them when I see them now. 6 cards. Okay. So I'm first. I will Liz Umbra.
Okay. I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to discard Nerve Blast. I will play Naughty the Thief and an Umbra of my... It's your turn. I will
Play logos. Play hologramophone. Play want. Play Igor.
class specific Dragon Shield. That's cool. Yeah, I get it. You gotta RP the decks when you're playing Arkham Horror.
I'm just going Kymore and Library.
Wow.
Yeah. I will
knowing that Kymore is not there is good info.
play Titan Guardian, play Group Think Tank.
Group Think Tank. Alright, I am gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna play Looter Goblin. I am gonna play Gengar Chieftain to have Umbra fight your Umbra. And steal one, and then I am gonna punch Quant. And it is your turn. I will draw 3. Yeah. Looter Goblin. Looter Goblin's a card we have not had on the table in quite some time.
I'm gonna say this. I'll play a library. Play Furnace and purge your stuff.
Punch and Nerf Blast.
Yeah, blow one up.
I do think those are important cards to have because if the game does come down to Annihilation Ritual stuff.
And Hysteria. I'll play Infernus. I'm gonna purge Umbra and I'm gonna purge Quant. ahead of this creature purging, I guess. I'm done.
All right, I am going to say I'm going to discard 2 Arises. Kind of tips my hand there, but I am on the verge of being like dangerously clogged here. I do get to play the Terror, and I will play Dust Imp, and it is your turn.
Say Logos. I will play Group Think Tank. Play Titan Guardian. Play. Don't look at that.
I didn't see that.
Okay. Play Igor.
I mean, I saw it. But...
Discard Buzzle Javinda.
Yeah, those feel like discards.
Played Telltale Vapors. Draw 2, archive 1. Hologramophone. Not sure which one. There's actually not. There's not like a perfect choice here. There's not a great choice. I'll archive the tank. Or I'll ward the tank.
Okay.
Your turn.
I am going to say Brobnar. I will play the Looter Goblin. I'm going to play Crump. And I will... I think I do something like this. I Anger Chieftain the Dust Imp into Titan Guardian. And then play the Looter Goblin and play Crump. And your turn, I will draw.
I'll say play Snag and a Snag. I'll use the library. Archive a card. Furnace.
Milk pointed out that you could have warded the imp.
I could have. I didn't want to. I'm gonna fight Crump.
Okay.
I am done.
I have like a absolutely amazing Brobnar turn that gets totally punished by TMTP.
That deck does have TMTP there, right?
Yeah, this deck does. Yeah. If I could TMTP, well, so it's different
when I TMTP to go to 6-ish.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah, and it's also different. Right, that is a totally different situation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't leave the Stags on the table. Yeah, I just can't leave the Snags on the table. I can. I'm just gonna sit here and lament the turn that never was. All right, Ganger Chieftain. Ganger Chief is gonna fight the Guardian.
Okay.
I hate you drawing 2 there. You're already like so much further ahead in your deck than I am. Looter Goblin's gonna fight the Group Think Tank. I am gonna Coward's End. I could Reap with Looter Goblin there, Coward's End, gain 4. But I lose the game on the spot to TMTP, I'm pretty sure. Terror is dead. I get 3 chains. I am gonna Reap with Crump. I am gonna play Troll And I think I'm done there. I'll drop a chain and draw one. Say check with 6.
I'll play
Group Think Tank. The two major. There's no pips in
no
there.
pips in there. Oh.
The two major board wipes for a light tasker are Group Think Tank and Harbinger. So, Harbinger's not in play yet, at least.
I don't have any pips in my discard pile either.
Ha!
Not that I have an Infernus or anything. I would never have an Infernus.
This deck, I believe, actually has very
few pips.
Comparatively, I think
Yeah.
it has lower amount of pips.
I'm gonna say Shadows.
It has like a ton of stealing.
I'll mug.
Crump.
The Crump. Play Arani. Seal 1. I'll play TMTP. I'll play Arani and steal 1.
I would have gotten hammered if I had done that play.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
like I said, lose the game on the spot. We're gonna say Shadows, Dipno, Umbra, Naughty, Nexus. And it is your turn. I will drop a chain and draw 4. I wish I could have threatened there. I could threaten there, but I wish I could threaten there with Shadows. I could have threatened there with Brobnar, I should say. But I mean, the best win condition against Light Tasker is to keep creating a board it's got to deal with. I think this Nexus actually does present a problem too. Because if I get to the point where Nexus can use like his hologramophone, then it becomes that much more difficult to kill Nexus.
I say Logos. Play Wormhole Tech. Play Gargogle card.
11 total pips. Yeah, that's actually pretty low for a Coda. I mean, yeah, a Coda deck.
I'm gonna Thorium Plasmate. I think I get the Nexus because that does present a problem. I will Ward Tech. Your turn.
Alright, so the bounce is MIA currently. So I actually think these Ronnies are better being on the table than in your discard pile. Because I have not seen the Not Finished With You, right? Not. Okay. But the Kymor and the Hysteria are gone. So... Alright. I think I say Shadows here because I get to steal fair amount. I think you're like on the verge of going back into Logos again, based off of you're either. Well, are you? How many Logos cards have I seen? I haven't seen the Eddie yet. You still have another Igor. Alright, it's Shadows. I am gonna have Umbra fight the Wormhole Tech. Knock off the ward, steal 1. Naughty is gonna action to steal 1. That puts me to 6. I will go ahead and run out this Miasma. TMTP is gone. The Ronnies are right there. You could Eddie me, but that's not like a game loss condition in this situation. So I'm gonna Dipno. Troll is gonna take out the Wormhole Tech. I am going to say check with 7. I'm gonna drop a chain and draw 1. I do the miasma in this deck is nice because it does pair well with the TMTP, but I think Justin's a bit off from threatening.
You still have 1 pip in the discard pile there.
That would be miasma. That would be miasma.
Okay.
I think Justin's a ways off from threatening, especially if I have 2 Shadow Steel effects on the table.
So this play a Snaglet, Harbinger, Furnace. How much do I want you to not forge this key?
Is it worth throwing away?
It would be Mug and Thorium Plasmate. And like those are probably pretty good in this matchup.
A lot of annoying 2-power creatures.
Yeah. Let me see your discard pile. I think I'm just gonna purge the miasma and the Howard's End, and then I will archive a card. I'm done.
Okay, so I will forge for 6. I am gonna run back shadows. I think I'm gonna play Silvertooth. Nadia is gonna steal 1. Silvertooth is going to fight the Snaglet, and then Umbra's gonna fight the Snaglet. Dipno is gonna use the Troll. I think I want to force you to take a dis turn. So I'll reap with the Troll and it will heal. Okay. I will draw 2.
Okay. I'll say this. I will use library. I'll reap with Infernus. I will fight the Troll. Destroyed effects. Destroy each creature. Destroy Jargogle. Play not finished with you. So I have to choose before this stuff dies. Just Igor. And this is all done. I'll play Rot Grub. Make you lose 1. And that's it. I'll draw 1. And shuffle.
Okay. I am gonna say I'm gonna discard Dominator Ball. I will play Charette and I will play Schuler. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Alright, I'll say Logos. Play Igor.
Yeah. And this is where you think Christensen is winning the game, but then Justin's back through the deck. I discard the artifact Snecklifter. Light Tasker has got Snecklifter. Where's the ritual? I have no idea. Yeah. You have to be very picky and choosy about when you play artifacts versus Light Tasker because of the Snecklifter. Christensen does actually have a fair number of artifacts that I would rather have in play. Dominator Bobble's a good one. One of Christensen's strengths that I found really early in playing. It became less good as the metagame developed. But Christensen has a lot of ways to use its creatures during any house. Right, you've got Gengar Chieftain, where you can fight with an Umbra during a Brobnar turn. You've got Dipno, who lets you use a Troll during your Shadows turn. You've got Dominator Bobble, which lets you use either your Shadows or your Brobnar creatures during your Disc turn. Christensen's creatures are pretty good overall, I'd say. Having the ability to use a Troll, for instance, you saw how much work Troll could put in while I was taking Shadows turns. It fought, it got to reap, it was at full health. Alright. I am going to say Brobnar. Do I say this? I say Brobnar. I'm going to discard Screech Bomb. For instance, Screech Bomb is a card I would much rather play.
Right. Yeah.
Screech Bomb is -2 amber for me. I am going to play Headhunter. I'll play Unguarded Camp. Unfortunately, you outnumber me. And then I am going to anger the Headhunter into the Rot Grub. And I will gain 1 off of the Headhunter. And it is your turn. I will draw 4.
I'll say Logos. I play Guardian. I will Thorium Plasmate. I'll just do 2 damage to the Tourette.
Okay. That Logos turn was disgusting, and I didn't have like a great answer for it immediately.
I will fight Tourette with Jargoggle.
Just play the Screech Bomb. Okay.
And play Not Finish With You.
Okay.
We'll get Infernus. Ronnie Rot Grub.
Didn't hit the second library. Yeah, it could be even worse, right? Yeah, it's possible playing the Screech Bomb is correct there, because with 5 Logos on the table, he doesn't want to go back into Shadows, so the big problem is that the Snecklifter often pairs with Kymor Eclipse, so it is like freer than free. It's like you are losing creatures on top of Light Tasker taking your artifacts, and then the Snecklifter goes right back in the deck for him to draw again. And so you're not like baiting out the Snecklifter on something like a Screech Bomb, which is impermanent, to try to force through like a Dominator Bobble. It's the
I'm gonna fight Head.
Okay.
I'm gonna Reap. I will Reap. I will Reap. I will Ward the Guardian.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
I am gonna play Annihilation Ritual. 100 years late. I will play Schuler. I will play Charette. I'm gonna play Ember Imp. Schuler is gonna fight. I could take out the group think tank here. Schuler's gonna fight the group think tank. I will say check. I won't say check. And it is your turn. I will draw 4. Purged.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah. Making an enemy out chat.
Alright, fine.
Chat goes wild. Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna play this. I mean, I'm in Hysteria. Actually, I'll play Infernus first.
Okay.
Then I can play Hysteria. Drink camp. It's not amazing with like 2 shooters, but like it is what it is. I will play a snag, play Infernus. Get Barrett. I'll get Dustin. Use library. And I'm done.
Well, I'm gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna play Screech Bomb, and I'll play Troll. It is your turn.
There, Forge. I will say Shadows. I think this is a fine time to just grab it. And play Ronnie. Play Kymor. I will Neck Lift. Screech Bomb and use it. I'll trust no one. I'll play TMTP. I'll play Javinda, Whisperer, Javinda, Bad Penny, and shuffle these. Okay.
Yes, Tendrils.
Tendrils.
You just forged.
Oh, good. Okay. Does Bad Penny go to my hand?
Yes.
Okay. Nope, that's a lot of gone stuff. Okay.
Schuler. Charette. Ember Imp. Your turn. I'll draw 3.
Play. I'll play Logos. I'll go ahead and fight the Ember Imp. It's purged. I will play an Igor. Buzzle and Mug. I'll play Igor. I'll discard 2 Infernuses. I will ward the Snag. Oh.
So I have something approaching perfect information here. You have a bunch of Ronnies. And, two Ronnies total, both in hand. Okay, I'm gonna say dis. Sorry, shadows. I'm gonna say shadows. I'm gonna poison wave.
I do get to draw cards.
Yes.
This is gone. These are gone.
Oh, I guess I could have done that differently. I could have stopped you from drawing cards with playing this Relentless Whispers first. Because you don't have anything for me to steal, but it's fine. I think I'll just Relentless Whispers away to snag.
Okay.
I think it's better for me to just go ahead and get rid of the snag. Okay. I played Nexus. My guys do have damage on them. I will get to that. All right. Drop Nexus. And I actually think I sit there. I say check at 6. I will shuffle and draw 3. I have more Shadows cards to play there. That's more for chat than it is for Justin. I think Justin could figure out that I had like other Shadow cards to play there. So that snag is purged, yeah. Draw 3.
Alright, I'll play this. I will play
4 a.m. Well, we appreciate our EU viewers.
play Rock Rub. Is one. Use library. Discard Infernus.
You don't want to purged.
Play Harbinger. Discard Snag and Snaglet. And done.
You need them for because you don't want all of them to die at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think I see Dis here. I'm gonna Reap with Charette. Yeah, I think I say Dis. I Reap with Charette. Schuler fights Rock Crub. And then this Schuler, I think, just chills. I just think I say just check with 6, because if you want to take a Dis turn, I don't think you can stop me now with Infernus in the discard pile and no Amber Pips. So I'll say check with 6, it's your turn.
I'll say Shadows. I will play Ronnie. Heal 2. And I'll Kai more. I will Mug Tourette. And check with 6.
I am gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna Ganger Chieftain the Schuler into Harbinger. Then I'm gonna play Crump and Troll. It's your turn. I'll draw 3.
Forge. I
Yeah, Mug is a perfectly designed card in my opinion. I think Mug was perfectly designed, especially for Worlds Collide, but I think it's perfectly designed for every set. Because I like Odawak, right? It has to have an amber on it.
play Lewis. Play Vapors.
Odawak's got it. Captures the amber as long as he's got amber on it. Yeah, so you can Mug and then go back to stealing. I like that kind of interplay.
Word the tech. Your turn.
All right, I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to play Headhunter, and then I'm going to reap with Troll and Crump. And I will say check with 6, and it is your turn. 1.
Play Dis. Play a library. Play Infernus. Purge. Cutthroat.
I know. I'm actually scared of that too.
I'm gonna purge my Snaglet.
Okay. I think I just have to get to the point where
Oh, Hysteria.
yeah, I just have to get to the point where I have some sort of board.
Furnace. I'm gonna purchase Snagging a Furnace. We're trying this out. I will play Puzzle. Archive.
Archive off the library.
I'm done. Double draw 1.
You didn't have both Ronnies in your hand. I'm gonna say Brobnar. I'm gonna play Screech Bomb, and then I'm gonna pitch these 3. It's your turn.
I'll play Logos. Thorium Plasmate. I will Reap with Wormhole Tech. And Archive Hysteria. Play Jargogle. Card. Award. Tech. Your turn. Oh, I'll draw all this.
Okay. I am going to say Shadows. TMTP is not purged. Shit. I think my only chance is to not do what I want to. I'm gonna say Dis. I'm gonna discard a Rise. I'll discard the Terror. I will pop Screech Bomb. And I will draw 2. Go ahead.
Play Shadows. Archive. Play 2 Ronnies. Play Kymor. Trust no one. I will play a Mug. Do 2 to Buzzle. I'll play TMTP. I will discard Bad Penny. And say check with 6.
Okay. I will say shadows. Drawing 1. I'll say shadows. I'm gonna poison wave.
Okay. So dead. Ward. Dead.
I am going to Relentless Whispers Infernus. I will play Ghostly Hand. I will play Umbra. I will play Nexus. And it is your turn. I will draw 5. Go ahead. I don't think so. Not because Ronnie is technically in action with Kymor equipped, right? I think that's the deal breaker. He can just always double Ronnie Kymor. I have to somehow engineer a situation where I can play more than 2 creatures.
I'll say Logos. I'm gonna Thorium Plasmate the Umbra. Play Vapors. I will Reap with the tech. Show you a Bad Penny. Award the tech. And your turn.
I forge and then lose because I cannot stop the key. Tried.
Yeah. It was close.
Really tried.
I don't think we're going to midnight. That game wasn't quite as long as the first, well, maybe it was. It was kind of long.
It was pretty long.
Yeah. Yeah.
It tried.
That was kind of long. But yeah, if I could just Kymor Eclipse 2 Ronnies every turn, I don't know how you beat that.
I don't think
Especially when I still have too much protect in the deck.
I don't think I beat it. I think I have to set up. So what I have to do is I have to set up Ember Imp because that shuts you down, right? So I have to somehow set up an Ember Imp where it's protected from anything you can do to it. And there is only a limited amount of things that you can do to it. Unfortunately, I can't ever purge any of your actions.
Yeah.
Right. You're the only person that can purge your own actions.
And a lot of my actions do kill it.
Yeah. So Mug can kill it.
Plasmate, unless you have no other disc creatures.
Right.
So that's something.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a good game though.
Yeah.
It was a very grindy game. Yeah, I had the Annihilation Ritual at a great time because it also coincided with the board wipe. But he did get to play a lot of his creatures multiple times, right? I think that, we've been over this before. There's so many things about Light Task where you're like, well, I got to answer this, I got to answer that, I got to get this, I got to do that, and then you get beat by this 5th thing that you completely forgot about. So.
I think it was probably a mistake for me to pull Shadows there too.
When you did, yeah, it was.
It was absolutely a mistake.
That's why I played the Screech Bomb. I was like, maybe he slips up, maybe he plays the Snug Lifter, because if I, I had Poison Wave and I had the Tendrils. Yeah. So I knew as long as Snug Lifter was on the table, it was gone. Yeah, I think if you had just waited on the shadows. Right. Like I had two. If I had my 2 Arises in the first 10 cards, right? Both Arises were in the first 10 cards, and I just pitch them. But imagine the disc turn when I Tendrils and I Arise like an extra Charette and a bunch of other stuff. I think Christensen has to get far enough ahead the first time through the deck. That it can squeeze out a key after Light Tasker's gone through the deck one time.
Turns out Infernus is awful in this matchup. Terrible.
I mean, you could still purging the correct creatures is good.
Also, purging my own stuff ended up working out pretty well.
Because you want to get to the point where you can just win the game with the stuff you have.
It's 4.
Alright.
Thank you for that follow, Nate. Ooh, man.
Is this a mulligan? Yeah, this is a mulligan. That's a mulligan. It's close to a good hand, but it's a mulligan. I mean, I think if I can go like turn 1 Ember Imp.
Yeah.
Like force you to have something right there.
That's good.
I think Ember Imping, or sorry, I think a Rising for just Amber Imp is like enough. That's like good enough. Because if I force Light Tasker to
how do you bet? You do exclamation mark bet and then a number of amber based on how much amber you have. You probably have accumulated like 10 to 20.
Yeah, if you hit the follow button, I think you get an injection of amber right there. We don't use we actually our archaic betting system predates the Twitch betting with channel points thing.
Is it a follow count?
Yeah, that follow will give you a little bit extra amber there.
It might take it. I don't know if it shows up within the minute we have left of betting.
Yeah, you can do
we do have some just by watching.
You can do exclamation point amber, spelled the Keyforge way, to see how much amber you have, and then you can bet up to that amount, and then you pick a name. So, Mushroom Mans are not amber. Amber is kept track by stream elements, and Mushroom Mans are channel points that you can use to reward Eddie, who's asleep, with dog treats.
And also other stuff.
And other things.
Like getting to choose what decks appear on these fight nights.
Yep. So, I am going to... We also do deck evals. Clicking the Mushroom Man will give you the ability to see all that we offer. I'll go turn 1, the Terror.
Alright, I'll play this Team Snag.
Team Snag. Alright, I am going to say Brobnar. I'm going to punch Snaglet. And I'm going to play Troll. Just play guys that don't lose a fight to Snag. Yep. Forehead.
Easy.
I'll draw 2.
I'll play Dialogos. I'll play a Titan Guardian. Want an Igor. Charge Wormhole Tech and Plasmate. I will Cutthroat Research. I will play Igor. I'll discard Harbinger and Hysteria to play a Hologram Phone. I like that was pretty good last game. I felt like so.
Hologram Phone.
Yeah.
All right, I am gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna play Poison Wave, which is particularly good in this matchup. There's just endless.
I have a lot of 2-power creatures.
Yeah, there's an endless amount of creatures to kill it. I am gonna Relentless Whispers Quant. And then I'll play Miasma to get Ronnied. And it is your turn. I will draw 3. So check with 7.
Play Dis. Play Library. Play Puzzle. Play Infernus. I'll get the Relentless Whispers and the Miasma. I will take out this troll. Maybe not. I will fight the Terror. I'll reap with a Snag. And your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Brobnar. I am gonna play Headhunter. I am gonna have the Ganger Chieftain throw the Headhunter into Furnace. Gain 1. Troll is gonna fight the Titan Guardian. not crazy about giving you amber there. I'm sorry, not crazy about giving you cards there. I'll play Unguarded Camp. I'll capture 1 onto the Ganger Chieftain. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 7. I'll draw 3.
I'll play Shadows. I will play Ronnie. And a Ronnie.
Yeah.
And a Kymore.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna discard Snake.
It's always one of those where it's like against Light Tasker, I always feel like I'll force him to have it. One time he won't have it, and he's got it every time. One of these days he won't have the answer immediately. Maybe I can catch him. Yep. But it's always like I'm okay with him having like a single Ronnie there, right? That's kind of what I'm playing around. I'm trying to play around a single Ronnie, and I don't want to give him time to.
Oh, where'd the Ember from the Ganger go? Did you put it away?
The Ember.
Not the Ganger Chief.
How much did you start that turn with?
1.
You Ronnied for 3.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I must have thrown it away. And okay, I am going to say dis. I'm going to discard the Dust Imp. I'll play Dominator Bubble. I'll play Charette. And it's your turn. I'll draw. In that situation, I'm fine if he's got just the Ronnie, but he also had the Kymore to go with it to clean up my table and throw the Ronnie back in the deck.
Play dis. I'll play a Library. I'll fight Headhunter. I'll fight Charette. I'll play Not Finished With You.
Because I do feel like there's a way to possibly overwhelm Light Tasker with actions and whatnot, or like if you've got like enough value early on, I think you can overwhelm Light Tasker. So for instance, Justin doesn't have an archive right now, right? And so if I can keep him where he doesn't have an archive and he's constantly on his back foot, then we're actually on a level playing field at that time. But it's the games where Light Tasker's like, I'm going to put 8 cards into my archives and we're going to keep playing a game of Keyforge. And when you're done with your game of Keyforge, I have a third of a game of Keyforge left to play with my archives, and I'll just go ahead and do that. All right, my turn. I am going to say Shadows. Sorry, Brobnar. I'm going to play Crump, and I'm going to anger the Crump into Buzzle. I'll punch an Amber out of you. And it's your turn. I will draw 2.
Okay. I will play Logos. Play Vapors.
I needed the ritual a long time ago. I even mulliganed for it this game since I was going first.
I'll play Group Think Tank and Jargogel. A card. And award the tank. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Dis. I'm going to play Arise for Dis. Get a chain. I am going to play Charette. Play Charette. I am going to play Dust Imp and the Terror. Then I am going to crump the Dominator Bauble and Reap. Go to 8. I'll say check with 8. It will be your turn. I will drop the chain and draw. Hope this is like a conundrum board where you don't have a clean answer for everything.
I'll tell you what I want to do.
The Kymar's already gone.
What I want to do, play an Eddie. What I don't have in my hand is an Eddie. What I do have is a single Igor, along with a second Igor in the deck.
So,
But like, if the bottom, if Eddie or Igor are not in the top 3, then I'm missing it. There are 4 more cards past that. So, I am just gonna say Shadows. What's this card? I'm cheating. I will play Whisper. Actually, the Whisper's pretty good here. I'll play a Ronnie. Steal 2. Play Trust No One, steal 1. I'll mug that charrette. And I'm done.
Yeah, I say dis. Can't be anything else but dis. This is a stupid trap board, is what this is. These are those trap boards I hate. I have to say dis. I'm gonna play Tendrils. Reap with Charette. Reap with Charette. Yes. Dust Imp fights Group Think Tank. Terror. Fights Group Think Tank. Dominator Bobble the Crump to reap. Say check with 11. It's your turn. Two. Tank's gotta go. It's stupid too, because like me fighting there puts it where my guys aren't vulnerable to tank. But he could like crash the Jargo, go into it and whatnot, but
Alright, I'll say Logos. I'll play Igor. Discard Igor and Infernus. Play Eddie. Trav. For Eddie. I will fight that. Javen. I'm done. Forge for +3.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to say this. I am going to fight Eddie. Fight Eddie. Arise for Dis. Play Charettes, play Dust and Error. And drop the chain, and it is your turn.
I'll say Dis. I will play Snag, Furnace, Rock Grub.
Yeah.
I'll get Poison Wave and I'll get Crump. Libraries. Your turn. Then we Arise. Nah, I don't think so. Not yet, at least. That's a long ways away. He's got a lot of deck left, so I got a lot of Infernuses up my sleeves.
I'm gonna say Shadows, and I'm gonna play Dipno, Umbra, Nexus, and it is your turn. I will 5. It's entirely possible the correct play there is to just discard all of them. But I think playing 4 there, I get locked into Shadows. I don't think it's like awful. Have taken no Shadows turns yet this game, so I felt like I would draw into Shadows cards too. So.
I'm gonna say this. I'll fight a Charette. I'll fight Charette. I'll Reap with Rock Grub. Play Infernus. I'm gonna get these Charettes.
Yeah.
I will Hysteria. I will play Furnace, Snaglet. Good stuff. Headhunter, Rise. Play Not Finish with you. I will shuffle those two. Use the libraries. And your turn.
I'll say I'll discard Ember Imp Destined Terror. Yeah. That's the kind of turn you lose. You just lost the whole game against Light Tasker. Man, the snag beats you every time in this deck. The snag just straight up beats you. I thought I could play around it, but he forced me into Dis.
Alright, play Logos. Play
Yeah, but
Pepper.
I can't team TP there, right? That's why he can go to that amount, because he knows I can't say Shadows. So, I mean, I may or may not have drawn the team TP now, but he knows I can't do anything about it.
Archive. Play Igor. Discard Tech and Quant. Play.
If I had the Ember Imp, in my hand on that turn,
and
I would have gone into Dis to play the Ember Imp, because at least that forces Justin to play around it.
Play Tank, play Guardian, play Eddie, Archive, Hologramophone, Ward, Eddie. Your turn. Table 6.
I know very well how much Amber you've got. I will say Shadows, and I will play all of these idiots again. And it's your turn. We'll draw 2. I have to have a board to interact in any kind of meaningful way.
Forge.
They're all dead at the groupthink tank. This game is over. I tried. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I really tried. I have yet to see the Annihilation Ritual. It's down here in the bottom 8. I don't know what it was in the bottom 8 in the last game. The last game was a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'll say Logos. I'll play Plasmate.
I think the last game was closer because Justin didn't have the Eddie until much, much later. But Justin got a faster draw this time.
I'll Reap. I award Infernus. Award Snag. I'll use the tank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I killed a lot of important creatures along the way. Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, I had 2 chains this game. There were several times where I didn't draw, right? So
I'll Reap with Eddie. I'll Reap with the Guardian.
the group think tank. Yeah, they're all done.
I am done. This is not.
Okay, I am going to say Brobnar. I will play Screech Bomb. I will play Troll. I will discard this Coward's End because I cannot afford the chains, and it is your turn. I feel like I had a tiny window to take control of this game, and I threw it away, and the game went way off the rails, right? Like the game went from like being a pretty tight game. I think this is a great example of why you don't play into snag, and like if chat takes nothing away from this game except for don't play into snag against Light Tasker. Then
I'll say Dis. I'll use Snag to Reap. I will play Harbinger,
yeah,
Buzzle, and Purge.
I even had good Arises this game, right? I think each time I played Arise, it was for 3 or more.
Snag. I'll Reap with Buzzle. I'll use libraries. Your turn.
Okay, I'll say Shadows. I will TMTP, which I did have in my hand when I got snagged. And then I am going to Nerve Blast to put 2 damage into Eddie, I guess. And I will Screech Bomb while I'm at it. And it's your turn. I will draw 2.
Okay.
Well, Helmallon, I mean, that's the thing about Helmallon is it has the same draw every game, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a lot more homogeneity.
And it just has it over and over again.
Yeah, there's a lot more homogeneity in Helmallon compared to Christensen. Christensen has like a way way spikier, right? Like I drew like 5 amber pips in my opener, right? And that's like half the amber right there.
Play Logos.
I wasn't actually thrilled about that because that meant that his Infernuses are live the whole game. I still have not made it through my deck the first time.
Play Quant. Play a Vapors. Draw 2. Archive 1.
Yeah, Forum would have generated a lot of amber, right?
Play Igor.
The thing about Forum is the situations where Light Tasker gets you just under the 5 or whatever.
Play Igor.
Forum is good against a single Ronnie.
Play Plasmate. Play Reap. Reap.
I mean, the deck is just like Logos.
I'll Reap. I'll play Wormhole Tech. I'll play Jargogle.
Hysteria put the brakes on Hellbound. Hellbound's got a lot of play effects though, right? You only kind of break even when you so like you bounce the Dreadbone Decimus, and sure you get an amber back, but the Dreadbone Decimus does get to kill one of the creatures when you get to play it again, right? I can Schuler twice, and you still win, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeez.
Annihilation Ritual, second from the bottom.
Yep. The deck was cold. There was no shadows left.
Yeah.
To be spoken of.
Yeah, that's a frustrating game. I hate losing like that in the first. Like I hate making a play where like, well, maybe this works out. Like I know it's bad, but maybe it works out, and then the worst possible thing happens. Like that feels awful.
There you go, Cobra. Thank you, Wizard Random, for those bits.
Appreciate those bits.
Yeah.
Christensen gave it a good shot. Right.
I think
it hung in there in the early game.
The first game was pretty close.
Yeah, the first game was really good. And that game I think would have been close had I just traded my shit off the table. At least make it so that Snag can't force me into a house. Right. I don't know how many times that situation has arose and I've made the play that stops me from losing the game there. So because the thing was I was using the charrettes to try to set up the team TP. Yes, Light Tasker retains the belt. The villainous Light Tasker retains the belt for another week. So,
boom, back in its rightful
place.
Are there no challengers worthy?
Is there
Light
anything
Tasker?
that could take out this deck?
So yeah. There are some channel points. There's 14,000 you can redeem in championship match for Fight Night 5 next Sunday.
Please give me something that can beat that deck. Give me something that can best this deck.
Does Ofonzi have a chance?
I don't think so. You don't. Here's the thing: if you're relying on artifacts or amber pips, you're in a bad way.
It does have Oubliette. That's something.
Yeah, Oubliette's fine, but it also its big thing is Key to Dis and Life Ward, and neither of those are going to be good against Light Tasker because of Snecklifter. I will play the Key to Dis and Justin will take it, or I will play the Life Ward and Justin will take it. Now, if Ofonzi gets Life Warded, it's not that bad. I think it's got like a chance, but
at least forces out the Snecklifter.
Yeah. I mean, it does have Martian Generosity, but the thing about Ofonzi is it does not have the combo potential that Confage does, right? When you Martian... And its Martian Generosities are usually pretty large, and you'll get like... You'll have a ridiculous Mars turn, followed by a ridiculous Dis turn, followed by a ridiculous Shadows turn, and if that's not enough to win the game, then you lost. And the thing with Confage is that when you take the Martian Generosity turn, you're threatening to take that Martian Generosity turn again, unless something's immediately done. And then after that's done, you're threatening with Gengar Chieftains, with Gengar Knot combos, and you just keep doing that. And that was the thing Light Tasker couldn't... Light Tasker stopped, I don't know, it was like 8 keys in a row or whatever on the third key.
I don't know what that deck is. Is that a...
Carving Finn's Tidebreaker.
I don't remember
This
the deck at all.
feels... Oh wait, Walsh?
This might be a Triple H deck.
Yeah, this could be a Triple H deck.
This could be a yet untouched deck. That'll be a good for undercard, right? Maybe see if it's got what it takes.
Yeah. I think somebody should probably, like, if you've got decks that you think could take on Light Tasker, but you don't know unless you've seen them play, that's probably a good undercard match. Because if you're just throwing like a deck like that, that's the kind of deck that you're like, oh, maybe this is a guy that has a chance that the Light Tasker wipes the floor with, right? I think the thing that Christensen had going for it is like the size of its Brobnar creatures and the size of its disc creatures overall. Has Annihilation, which will control the weak double gateway.
That's definitely good.
So the problem is also doesn't have the efficiency. So you gateway a Logos board, and then Light Tasker puts 5 Shadows creatures on the table, or 5 disc creatures on the table. Right, let's take a look. Fagin seems bad against Snag, right? Because you get snagged into Shadows. Umbra Urchins, all that stuff. Sure, it steals Amber, but Snaglet and Snag lock you into Shadows, and so you end up taking the same turn over and over again.
This Untamed kind of feels like a trap.
And that Untamed looks like it loses real hard versus Light Tasker. And something else that people aren't considering are key cheats. I think key cheats are particularly good against Light Tasker because Light Tasker gives you some time to set up stuff. And so being able to key charge all of your Amber away before Light Tasker Infernus or anything like that Infernus is neutralized at that point. Justin's one match loss at PAX was to key charge deck, a Coda key charge deck that was just very, very fast, and it kept Justin on his back foot in the key charge to close out a game. I don't know if he closed out the game with the key charge. It's just if you key charge at the right time versus Light Tasker. So it's before the taxing gets online. You can't get Ronnie'd at that point.
Yep.
You can't get Team TP'd.
There's ways, but it takes one brave soul with enough Amber to cash in for the championship match to determine who will face Light Tasker.
The villainous Light Tasker.
But until then, who knows?
Yeah, that's our night. Another big fight night.
Yeah, it was really fun. Good night. A lot of good matchups. We got a lot of good undercards already planned for next week, like I said, but the championship match is yet to be decided. So,
what are we doing tomorrow?
Think about tomorrow. We'll do Marvel Champions.
Marvel Champions tomorrow night.
We'll run back Marvel Champions. We're going to try to beat Kang. Kang's pretty difficult.
Kang was hard.
But I don't know what heroes we're going to use yet. Probably we'll each choose whatever hero we want. I might play Wasp, or I'm sorry, either Ant-Man or Hawkeye, because I haven't played those yet.
Both were pretty dope.
Yeah.
Spider-Woman seems insane against them.
Spider-Woman is just real good.
Maybe I'll brew some Spider-Woman.
There's a lot of fun to have brewing Spider-Woman. Squirrel Girl's super good. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching. We appreciate you, and I hope everyone has a good Monday.
Yeah.
If you want to watch us tomorrow night for Marvel Champions, we'll be back for that. And then Wednesday, more Keyforge with the Seal Tournament. We're going to move on to the second round of the Seal Tournament. That'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm hoping those matchups get a little better. But I know that one deck that we played last week was
the Archon that emits dis.
Ooh, it's spicy.
That deck was spicy.
It's extremely spicy.
Extremely spicy.
It's got a Scoville rating that's high on the charts. Yeah. So it's pretty spicy. All right, everyone. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.